My philosophy of education. This is something that has changed dramatically since the beginning of this program, and in ways that I never originally intended or imagined. Not only have I learned more in the past year and a half than I ever thought I would, both about educational theory and practice, but I've also learned that teaching is a complex and intricate profession that takes into consideration a lot of moving parts, so that students can thrive and succeed, both in the classroom environment and in their life outside of school. And while it's true that I have changed my mind on many occasions throughout my time here at Alliant, one thing that has never changed is that my students have always been my focus, and the reason why I've chosen teaching as my profession. The goal has always been to ensure that my students are able to approach and understand both the core components and the real-life applications of English as it relates to them in their unique lives. What this immediately brings to mind is the Alliant impact value of passion, as this conviction showcases why I desire so strongly to become a teacher, and it has informed much of what has now become my personal philosophy of education. To say it simply, I personally believe that the purpose of education is to introduce students to new skills and information in a safe environment so that all students can grow mentally and morally through creative and collaborative ways. This part of my personal education philosophy has actually changed a lot as I have progressed through this program. But when I look at the impact values and see words such as passion, teamwork, and mentorship, I can't help but conclude that education is about so much more than what we cover in class. The material may be our medium, but the goal is growth, both personal and academic. And as a teacher, this has informed all of my decisions going forward. In regards to process, I now cling heavily to the principles of differentiation and understand that in order to create engaging opportunities for my students, I need to consider a wide variety of approaches and assessments when designing my lesson components, so that every student is given ample opportunity to learn and practice. Another key practice that I have adopted over the course of this program is to always begin with the goal in mind, and that's where the principles of understanding by design have helped me immensely as I've started to create units and models of learning on my own. This idea is also largely informed by Alliant's guiding dispositions, which highlight the importance to apply professional theory to the classroom and how that theory should be used to design experiences that are accessible to all students. This also goes hand in hand with what I believe to be the nature of education, which is that all students learn and engage with material differently. And as a teacher, I need to be prepared to accommodate those differences and foster growth in ways that are relevant to all students. Alliant's impact values of inclusion and teamwork are specifically important to this part of my educational philosophy, which is why I design all my lessons in a way that focus on collaboration and steer away from the traditional lecture format as often as I can. Finally, with what I believe to be the ideals of education, I turn again to Alliant's guiding dispositions, and that I hope to inspire my students to lead and become leaders of their communities. I hope to show them that while people may be different, we can all unite under the high-held banner of growth, understanding, and positivity.